Good morning, team. How's it going? I'm Corey. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me on stream today. Um, Today we're gonna work on Snake GPT, which is a fun project we've been working on for a good handful of weeks now on stream. And the idea is that we're making a chatbot for Battlesnake. So I'll do my Battlesnake intro here really quick, I think. Battlesnake is this online programming game that you play by making a web server. So how the game works is your web server controls one of these colored snakes, and every turn, the game engine is going to send you where all the snakes are, where these food dots might be, and where any like hazard squares or any other fun stuff might be. And your goal is to be the last snake alive on the board. So you're trying to box in your opponents, eat the food, and stay alive longest. And I've been doing Battlesnake for a couple of years now, and I have a lot of fun with it. And recently I've been doing like different tools related to Battlesnake instead of building snakes myself. And one that I am working on right now is called Snake GPT, and this is a very bad visual demo, just because it doesn't look very pretty. But we can ask it questions. Where is the origin coordinate? And it will respond with some Battlesnake answers. I actually think I have a bug here where I think this is the context, not the answer, that I'm supposed to be providing. So we will probably fix that bug today. I want to see what's going on in these requests here. So we sent the chat request, had a question and a slug, and then we sent up. Yeah, so that was set as the answer, but I don't think that's the answer. That's maybe the context, and the answer is something different. So I think we're gonna need to take a look at that. So another thing is, oh no, this is a work in progress. Okay, let's just do a commit just to do it. So we're actually gonna. Hey, Backward Spy, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by, and thanks, as always, for the subscription. I very, very much appreciate it. Okay, so we're in Snake GPT, and so they have like two competing goals at the moment. One is I want to make Snake GPT better. Like I want to do some different things in how we do the context gathering and things like that. But I'm also having a lot of fun playing with this remote procedure call idea. So I have the one of the cool things about Snake GPT so far is that we're doing Rust on the front end and back end. So the JavaScript here is actually Rust running through Wasm to like do all of the JavaScript interaction. And because of that, I can do some cool things with like types across the wire. Like if I know it's going to be one struct, I can use that on both my front end and back end. So I've got a macro that I'm working on to make this RPC like kind of painless for me and really easy to use. So I was working on that yesterday, and we might pick that up today. The other answer is we could just put that on the shelf and I'll work on that later, and we can work on kind of making the agent part of Snake GPT smarter. But I'm really in this RPC thing. I was working on this all day yesterday, and I think we're gonna keep going on that. So let's pull up the pull request I'm working on for this RPC experiment. We'll do a little overview. We will. Oh, cool! This problem is actually solved. I had written up a problem that I was running into here, but this is solved now. But that's okay. We'll hop in. Okay, so the idea here is that I want to define. I have this new shared trait that actually didn't change here. Oh, it's in the playground directory, which is not here. Oh, source lib playground. I just wasn't paying attention to that this was nested under there. Oh, not a huge fan of that GitHub UI. That didn't make that obvious to me. Okay, but in this RPC folder we have this API trait, and this is kind of the thing that I wanted to find. So like this is the interface between my front end and back end. So like these are my endpoints. I have a start chat endpoint. It takes a chat request and it returns a conversation response or some wrapped error. And then get conversation is we poll on that. So like this is the entire API right now. for Snake GPT. And ideally, right, I want to be able to add something to this trait, define its implementation on the server, and get the client for free. And I want to be able to just like actually call start chat and not deal with the JSON of chat request and things under the hood. So that's the goal. And then I think this is going to be macro driven. So these consts are probably going to be defined in the macro, like an attribute on here. I'm already playing with that a bit, and we'll see that in the PR today in just a few minutes. But this was my first version, just throwing them in consts. And then I have another trait called client transport. This is the thing that's going to live on the, or it gets implemented on the client side, and it just has a single function called send request, and it just does the JSON. So you know what like get post method, which route you want to hit, and the body of the JSON. And it just then does the Saturday JSON stuff, and it gets used by this simple. So here we're implementing this API trait that we wrote up there for anything that implements client transport. So anything that implements this client transport with send request is gonna get these API methods for free. And what I was just working on yesterday was, unrelated, but I'm realizing that my little stream info is wrong. So give me 30 seconds to change this real quick. Oh wait, no, it's not. I must have, either I didn't change this on Wednesday and it was wrong then, or I already changed it afterwards and it's right, because it's right. Look at that. I'm thinking I probably never changed it Wednesday. Oops. That is okay. Okay, so this is implementing our start chat. This is implementing our API, and the goal is for this to be auto-generated by the macro. And the reason is because I don't want the boilerplate of having to define this each time I make a new method, because it's really boilerplatey, as we'll see in just a second. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the body that you get passed in, make it into JSON, and then call send request, and then unwrap the errors. That one's easy because the route is doesn't have any replacements in it. It's just this. It doesn't have this conversation slug in it. So if we go down to get conversation, we just have a little bit more. So we do this this routing where we take the route that's given and replace the slug with the actual slug that's passed in. And then we don't have a body here, so we can just make the request. So the combo of both of these is that we need to do the routing and the body, and then we can call send request and deal with all of our errors. So this is going to be auto-generated on the client. So there's, as long as you do send request, you're going to get this blanket impl for free. This is just an error that I'm not using, and this is some client and server errors, just to make error handling nice. Nothing too fancy. I think these errors aren't even actually great. I think I'm going to come back to them later, but that's what we're working on. So that's in shared, and that's most of it. There's a few other pieces. We talked about the front end a lot, so let's do that first. Here's the RPC module in the front end source. So we have a client. This client just has a base URL. We're using GlueNet as our HTTP library on the front end, and it uses JS features and stuff. So there's no like client object for GlueNet that I want to hold on to. So just holding onto the base URL. Okay, and then here's our send request. So this is implementing that client transport we just looked at. We tell it what type of error we're expecting, and then we just do our impl. I said that method here was a string. Eventually that might change, but that just means we have to map it to the enum. So we do that. We format the URL by the base URL. So this does not do the replacing of like special things in the route, like, you know, taking our slug and putting it in there. This just adds the base URL. If there isn't a base URL, we're just going to use the route and not add the URL at the beginning. We make the request. If there's a body, we add the JSON, we send the request, we expect JSON back, and if it was, and then we return. So the first okay is saying like we were able to process the request correctly. The inner result is did it actually succeed. So we always processed the result correctly here, and then in this case we have a success status, and in this case we have a failing status. And in both cases the it's just whatever the JSON is. So whatever the server sent becomes the error value here. And then with that, we can take a look at now what we can do on in main of source is that we can just new up one of our clients. We're putting it in an atomic reference counter for some U stuff. We do a lot of our U cloning. And now, instead of doing all of this request stuff inline, we can just call get conversation and await it. And then set the things after. Answer, answer, context, context. Awesome. And then saying down here, we can just do start chat. So I like this a lot. This is cleaning it up nicely. And so that's the front end. And now let's take a look at the back end. This is where there's a little bit more that I'm not in love with yet. So here we start by making a new struct called Axum Routable. I don't think it's my favorite, but it's what we're doing at the moment. Basically, I needed something that I could impl API for, because this is the thing that I think I want to actually put the bodies of my API. So like start chat, this is actually the body of start chat that does like the database interactions and eventually calls the OpenAI API and all of that stuff. So that's all happening here. And yeah, so Axum Routable just basically is something that I can call these methods on. And it takes the things that are as state in my Axum app. This is actually done locally. I just didn't push it up apparently. And then in our main server, what we've done is we need these wrappers. I would like these to be done by the macro as well, but we're probably going to start with the front end and work our way over there. Thank you. Wife just gave me some water. I like that. And then I immediately spill it down my shirt. Great. It's okay. Just can't be trusted with water apparently. Okay. But here, this is just getting stuff ready for Axum. So those two states that we needed for Axum Routable, we get those out of state extractors. And then we get the body out of chat request. There's probably quite a few ways to do this. I'm not in love with this one. I think it's fine. I think there's probably some other things we could do with like Tower HTTP, maybe make it more middleware-y like that. Stuff like that, but this works. So we just have start chat editor. It just gets the states we need and extracts the JSON. We then make this little RPC Axum Routable thing, and then we call start chat and send the response down. That's actually not what I want to do, I'm realizing, because the error is supposed to be JSON, so that's not right. This error should be JSON too. Cool. Awesome. And then we do have a similar thing for getConvo. I just don't have it pushed up here. And that's basically it. So we're moving the logic from like start chat, which is down below, into this RPC module. And then I think the idea is once the macro is all done, it'll be really easy to add new things. I'll just add something to the definition in shared, impl it in server over here, and client will be able to call it for free. So let's take a look at that. Let's see what we are looking at today. Okay, so let's unwhip this whip one that I did a few minutes ago. Awesome. Okay, so this is where we're starting to work on a macro. So I have a new macros crate up here. And it just has one RPC macro. So here's how we're going to use it. We're going to add the RPC macro to our trait def. And instead of doing these constants, which I haven't gotten rid of, I guess, I just moved them, but that's okay. Instead of that, we're going to do this RPC attribute on our functions that give it the route and the method. And then the idea is it basically generates everything else that I need from here. And so let's go to shared. And I think I can just cargo expand this relatively well since shared's a pretty small thing. Let's see if that's true. Oh, well, we got lots of debug stuff, so maybe not quite as nice as I was hoping for. Can we find... Yeah, awesome. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. So we actually have... Here is the public trait. And you can see that it's basically just exactly what we wrote in our source. The only thing you'll notice is it doesn't have the attributes, so it doesn't have any of them. So we strip out all of these. well, we handle the one on the trait and we strip out the one on the functions. And we'll look at that in code later. But basically what I want to show is then we're also throwing in this impl transport API. And that, if we look at the code, you'll see that that is gone from this. So, oh, it's commented out here. So I commented out the manual writing of this, and we're leaning on it being written by the macro here, which is great, except our macro's not working yet. So I think the macro, if I remember correctly, works great for ones that have a body, and we don't work with bodiless ones. So really though, what I'm working on right now in the macro is parsing attributes. So from the signature of the function, I want to pull out which argument is the body, and which ones are things that go in the parameter, the route, like which is part of the route. So let's just jump right in. I have a function copy, so this is in my macro. This is actually a trait item function, so this is basically a parsed representation of this trait. Then function copy is a copy of the parsed representation of this. So what I want to do is read the signature of this method, which contains these things. And I want like these ones or this one. And I want to pull out the things that is the body, which so far we're just naming body. I'm not sure if I want to make that a requirement though. And which ones are things, oh, not these ones, sorry, this one. Which one's the body and which ones are things that go in the route. And so we have body named body right now, but I don't think I want to rely on that. What I think I want to do is take all of them. We're basically always going to ignore the self one. Take all of them, find the ones whose name was in the route, exclude those. There should be either 0 or 1 left. If there's 0 left, you assume there's no body. If there's 1 left, you assume that's the body. If there's 2 left, we're just going to blow up, because that's not the correct way to use this macro. So yeah, that's the idea. So let's just get started. So we have our function signature, the inputs, iter drop 1, collect to a vec. Oh yeah, collect to a vec, perfect. Isn't drop rust iter drop? I'm like, isn't that, is it forget? It's skip, it's skip. Awesome, so the skip 1 here is to skip that self parameter. We just don't ever care about it. Okay, so then now I want to do, like, I think I just want to parse the things out of route. So I think I'm just going to do, we're just going to regex it. Rust regex. Oh, does rust regex, it should wasm fine, right? Right? Cool. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so this should just work, I think. See, oh, we're already in shared cargo, add regex. Awesome. Okay, regex rust. Yeah, I want the iterating over capture groups. Yes, we can lazy static this. This seems like a fun thing to do. So lazy static, yeah, perfect. Oh, we're also going to need lazy static then. Cargo add lazy static. Oops, got to spell right. Lazy underscore static. Awesome, okay. Can't find macro. Lazy static from lazy static. Come on, Rust Analyzer, just figure it out. Okay, so the regex though is we're gonna match on that. And these are just like okay, just like that. like non-white space, not digits, non-digits, like, there we go. Matching one character, character classes, alpha, repetitions, empty, empty, escape sequences, Perl character classes, non-digit, word character. That's what I want. I think this will work. ASCII character classes. Oh, interesting. Word. Huh, it's just so interesting that they have so many different things. Okay, what's up with you, Lazy Static? Thought you would have figured it out by now. Rust analyzer reload. Oh. Terminal. Cargo remove regex and lazy static. And CD to macro. Ah. Cargo add regex lazy static. Yay. Okay, that was silly. There it is. Okay. Import regex. Regex as regex. Repetition operator missing expression. Yeah, these are definitely control somethings. Yeah, so I think I just want to say that. Unknown character escape. What do you, I don't understand that. Oh, was I doing the wrong? No. Repetition quantifier. Yeah, it's because I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to use it as a repetition qualifier. I forgot. There we go. Okay, so we match on, oh, actually, let's do this. I don't want this to be inside here. Oh man, I forgot that that was part of that. Okay. How do I choose? Is there like a white space ignore? I really like that. Escape sequences, groupings and flags, empty matches, repetitions, matching one character. None of those are what I was looking. Oh wait, no, these ones are. Case insensitive multi-line mode. Ignores white space and allows line comments X. So you end it with. Oh wait, do I need a thing at the beginning of this regex? How do I do that? Note that in verbose mode, white space is ignored everywhere, including within character classes. To insert white space, use its escape form or hex literal. Ignores white space everywhere. I'm not sure if I want verbose mode then. I'm also not sure how to enable that. Percent, is that what this is? Is that how we're turning this on? Flags are each a single character. First, this sets this flag. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, let's not do this. Let's just do it all in one line. It's fine. I think that's how I want this to work. So I want to go over the captures. So like regex.captures iter on each function, right? Because we're going to be, oh no, we're already, yeah, I don't know. From the route. Yep. re.captures iter from route. Found string. Yep. Okay. So that find iter. We just want like capture iter. Yeah. So then we just do like let caps equal dot collect. Can I collect it to a vet? Then can I debug caps? Cargo dot build. Oh yeah. Cargo build. Since I'm doing macro stuff, this is really the worst way to debug. It's just using the macro and see what it prints out. The right way is like to pull my macro out of the macro and do things outside of the macro. It's kind of a whole pain though, so I'm not doing that. Okay, so what's the other debugs that I want to remove? Because that's way too much. Cool. Much better. We got some conversation slug and some conversation slug. Awesome. Okay. I only want one of these though, so I need to change my regex to not match this. Okay. Can I do like a character? I want basically any character except one of these characters. Character class matching these. Character class matching any character except matching any character. Nested grouping character class matching any character except Y and Z. Intersection. Oh, intersection. Okay. So I can do not this, and word. Unclosed character class. No, it's not unclosed. It's closed. Dang. Oh, yeah. Oop. Those need escaping. Okay. Now. I was really confident that was gonna do it. Where it's not this, yeah. I wonder if I need more. More. Nope. Oh, no. This is just the freaking, I forgot. Captures the iterator, captures the full match as well. Let's just like find this. So from a regex, we have captures iter. Returns an iterator over all non-overlapping capture groups. This is optionally the same as this, except it yields information about this. Capture 0 always corresponds to the entire match. Yeah, I think that's what's happening here still. So, do I just want drop 1 always? I think I might just want skip 1. From there, yeah, because I just don't want the full match ever. Nope. Did that just like not compile right? Like captures. I'm confused by that. Is that like 1 capture or is that 2 captures? That is one capture. Okay, got it. Dot capture, like what do we, oh, unwrap, yep. What is this? Like what can I do with you? Dot name? Dot, how do I get something out of you? Yeah, so like what is this first one? One of those is gonna panic. Yep, realized that. So it's a captures. Okay, so that makes sense. Captures iter, capture matches. This is an iterator of captures. First is some captures. Yep, okay. Represents a group of captured strings for a single match. Yeah, why do I want captures that unwrap? Captures versus captures iter is interesting. But I think I understand that I want captures iter. But then what do I want? What is this? Okay, sorry. This is a capture matches. What is this though? It's just a first is some captures. So what does captures return? An option of captures. Turns an iterator over all non-overlapping capture groups matched in text. This is optional, operationally the same as find iter, except it yields information about the capturing. Okay, so what's find iter? Returns an iterator for each successive, returning the start and end bytes indices with respect to text. So find iter is different, and I might want find iter. Cool. So the match is string. Okay, but no, I think I like captures better because I think this gives me the better information. Oops. So then I can just debug caps dot get one dot unwrap. Map. That didn't build right. That's not an iterator. Okay, oops, dang it. Oh, how is it going, everybody? Didn't realize I had a few people hanging out at the moment. Hope your Sunday is doing good. We're doing some Rust hacking today. This is first is what I want. Yeah. Because I'm trying to do that on the option of the first one. Building took a second there. There we go. Okay. Perfect. So that match, can I like then just do like .toString on it or something? I can do .as string. That's probably what I want, realistically, right? Yes. Okay. Perfect. I finally got that. Okay. So, let route attributes equals re dot capture iter for the route dot this is an iter, so now we can map it. Yeah, so this is going to be a vec of strings. Perfect. Yes, let's just debug that. And this should just do nothing and then conversation slug. Perfect. Okay, so let body attribute equals, yep, find an x where x dot name, like what do I have here? X dot name that has ref to the unwrap. Yeah, sure. Okay, is that... No. Function args do not have a name. What do you have? Oh, because I know that these are going to be a pattern type. Okay. So what I really want to do here is I actually don't want to do this skip, I think. I want to do a iter dot filter map. F. And then I want to do like match. I think I just want to do this. This can collect a vec. So then function sig attributes, yeah, so then x here is something different now. Good. Now you're a pattern type. Perfect. Okay, so now you have a pattern and a type. Yeah, so pattern is the thing that's actually like the name basically, except it's not gonna exactly be. Okay, so pattern dot as string. Like I can do 2 token stream, but 2 string. So like that's kind of a lot. Function. Wait. The body attribute is if route adders contains. I want one that doesn't contain, and this isn't that, it's just that, and then that I think probably wants one of those. Too many parens. Okay. Oh, so we can't make you. Oh, no, I just need. Found expected. Wait. What? Expected found. Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay, so body attribute might exist. Yep. Let body block equals quote. Oh, it's like if let some body adder equals body attribute. It's not that, but that'll work. That'll at least give me a quote on both sides. So then here it's just let body equals none. And then this one is gonna be something. Is it just this? Do I just like copy this in here actually? Patterns, like pattern, and then this is just pattern. Sure, I didn't need that. Yeah. This is just then body block, and I think that actually that might be farther. That might not work, but that should compile. Yes, it compiles. Awesome. Okay, that's great. because that means that we are actually referring to body correctly in both of these places. Awesome. Okay. Let's commit that. My macro can now create most of this straight impl for us. Just need to do route substitution. I looked at this yesterday, and I think I've got an idea for this. Format string. I want string format. Yeah, this is the I can do basically Rust interpolation, but with dynamic strings. So in macros, cargo, add string format. String format. Okay, so we have string format, and what we're gonna want to do is we make a vars map that we put all other things in, and then you use the vars map and your format string with string format. So I know what my route attributes are. So I should be able to just use this to build my hash map. So let route hash map block equals route attributes iterator map. So this is very wrong, but I like the idea here. Inserts. So these aren't really going to be these are just going to be the inserts into the hash map. So for each route attribute, I want to write a line like this, where this is the name and then can't find value r. Oh yeah, it's because it's x. And then let ident equals ident of, wait, what? Fine ident. Wasn't there like a easier way to do that? Must be provided, which, oh, okay. Huh. I didn't remember having to do the span call site thing. It covers the name resolution. Interesting. Cool, so this is taking the name and then the identify. Is this right? I think so, yeah, because this is a string. Yeah, that's right. Let's just basically do this. Not make it mutable anymore. And then let route equals string format of string format. We'll just unwrap this error because I don't think we have that. Okay. Cargo build. Wow. Cargo expand. Let's see if we can see some string format stuff. Oh, some quote stuff. Forgot about that. Definitely gonna get a lot of quote stuff. That like maybe looked right. Okay, here's some lazy static stuff. Love it. Hey, Jay Lafayette, how is it going? Thanks for stopping by. are working on a Discord, or not Discord, a chatbot for Battlesnake. But really we're right now in Rust land doing some kind of remote function call kind of stuff. Uh oh, did I say the wrong name, Backward Spy? I was too busy reading. Oh. Oh wow, yeah, Panda got confused. I see. Everyone's already been here, and Panda just got confused. Huh. I wonder what's going on with Panda, but that's okay. Yeah, it's been a while, Jay Lafayette. Happy to have you stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, so we're doing some fun Rust stuff today. Yeah, maybe that's what it was, Backwards Spy. Maybe Pando just forgot you were there, or I guess I should call him Byte. Byte's what the name is in the thing, but the chat name is Pando, so it gets confusing. Yeah, Pando definitely has a short memory, for sure. So I guess I should just try this out and see if it's working, because, like, it's hard for me to see in the expand whether we're doing the right thing. Route hash inserts. Yeah, like, this is part of my call, but, like, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So I think we should try it out. So it's, oh, I was also just building the macro before, so that could be why it was working. Yeah, okay. Oh, cool, we just don't declare hash map. That's easy to fix, though. Standard collections hash map. Where'd you blow up? Where did you blow up? Oh, string format. Didn't I? Oh, because string format isn't something that I'm doing in the macro. Okay, so that just means I need to do in front. Oh, this is interesting. Cargo, add string format. Don't love that. Still not. Use of undeclared crate or module string format. But I just added you to front end. Oh. Doing this again. I keep adding it to the wrong one. Macros. Wait, no, but it shouldn't be in macros. Oh, shared. Haha. That was my problem. I did see your comment. Give me just 1 second. Okay, Josh Lafayette. Yeah, so this isn't using Chat GPT to actually play Battlesnake. Here, let's do the live demo. So here is, oh, well, there's something we're gonna fix because that's not right. Here's the let's see if I can put this in chat. Allow. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Thanks for welcoming me, Pando. So that's the very alpha link, but the idea here, and actually you'll see in a sec that there's a bug that makes this not very usable. Where is the origin coordinate? So the idea is that we want to make a bot that you can ask Battlesnake questions to, and then it'll spit out the answer. But what you can see here is there's a bug right now. So how this actually works is we look through the Battlesnake docs for context using some embeddings. So we look up we find the embeddings for this using the OpenAI embeddings thing, store that in a database. And then when you make a question, we look up all the embeddings, see which ones matches, get this big body of context, and then we pass this big body of context to ChatGPT along with your question and hope it can figure out the answer. And it does work pretty well, except that I obviously have a bug right now where this is the context and not the answer. So we will get to that eventually, but I have gotten distracted with some other Rust things for the day. Who could have ever thought I would get distracted with some fun Rust things instead of doing more features? So let's pull up the local version. I want to see if this is working. It's not. That's cool. Yeah, so it provides extra Battlesnake related context for your question. Yeah, exactly. So it kind of does two purposes, right? The OpenAI, we use their embeddings to find the context, and then ChatGPT is supposed to, like, take all that context in and give an answer out. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm having fun with it. And then I think, like we've talked about on other streams, I think it'll be a lot of fun to change up like the source. So this works for Battlesnake because that's the blog I've embedded, but I think in theory we could do this on other sources, right? Do it on different docs that you have or different projects, and so that's kind of what I'm thinking eventually, which is pretty fun, or hopefully. Okay, so expected a string, found string. I don't know where that is. Oh, method defined here, send request. Awesome. It's telling me that route here is a string because I string formatted it. This is definitely not the best way to do this, but it's fine. Trait bound string from string is not satisfied. That's an interesting one. Required for bound in string format. Okay. Oh, thanks for the treat, J. Lafayette. Byte appreciates it. I did know where that was and then I forgot. It's the from string passing to string format. So string format is actually expecting... That actually I expected to work. Because string format... Oh, yeah, I don't actually know about string format here. Great. Yeah, macros are fun. So these want to be strings, and I think that's probably my problem. Let's do that. Oh, I guess I could have done this a bit easier. The type is part of this. Oh. Whoa. Can't infer type. Type inside async function body must be known in this context. Interesting. That's a fun one. I don't really even know if I know where I think that's coming from, but I also realized I wasn't Coreyja expanding the right thing earlier when I was looking for this, so this might be better. Because here I should be able to see... Oh, okay, so this is just... Is it not... Sorry. Cargo build here. If we cargo build here, yeah, this is failing because of... But it's not... My macro isn't exploding. This is just not compiling because of the use of the macro. Okay, so the expand should make sense here. And I really think I should be seeing the impl... Like, I really should be seeing this impl. Oh, here it is. Cool. Impl transport API for transport. Start chat. Method. Route. Vars. Vars. That looks reasonable to me. And then this one does conversation slug to conversation slug. That looks right to me. Huh. I wonder, and like the error message isn't very helpful, of course. Because the error message is just type inside async function body must be known in this context because of this await. But of course the line numbers don't actually show me anything. So I could do cargo type inside async function body. And like the thing that's actually most confusing to me is I don't understand how I got that from just adding the toString that I did. I guess I probably didn't. It's just that the thing gets farther now. But like if I just do this, I don't think that happens, right? Cargo build. Can't find, oh, that's fair. Yeah, so that builds. I wonder if I need types. That would make sense. Maybe I need types here. Match map of string to string. Is that something? That is something. Awesome. Okay. So I think that works. Seems to be working. Over my desk. Okay. Okay. There we go. Localhost. I'm pretty sure this is 8080 for this. Where is the origin? Awesome. Okay. We at least got a response. It's not the right thing, but that's the other bug. I think we'll fix that now because this is working. Where is the? I just want to see the network requests. This is my default question. Awesome. Yeah, we make chat, and then it gets back with the answer. The wrong answer, but that's okay. Okay, awesome. Oh, but let's actually just do one cleanup thing here. This was commented out. Let's just remove it. Okay. Love it. What's that error? You actually have an error? No, it just needs to run again. I'm not sure why this is happening, but it doesn't seem like it's happening for me in more real life, so I think we're gonna go with it's okay. Get macro to infiltrate for the front end. Yeah, that's all. It just does it. That's great. Now let's find my bug on the server before I keep macroing. Okay, so it's gotta be in... It can't be in start chat. So it's gotta be in get conversation? Or am I... Answer context. Oh, yeah, okay, so you get context. And we save that to the database. And then that's interesting. What is going on here? Oh. Oh no, yeah, that makes sense. This is start chat. That's correct. But get conversation should just question. Yeah. Okay. That's silly, but I think if I just do it this way. Oops. That's so silly. Over my desk. Where is the origin coordinate? There we go. Now it's working like expected. Awesome. So that's what's supposed to happen. You ask a question, you get the context over here for debugging, and then your answer's down here. So now, where is the origin coordinate? The origin coordinate in Battlesnake's coordinate system is located in the bottom left corner of the board with coordinates 0, 0. This information is provided under the new coordinate system section in the Battlesnake API documentation. So like that's a reasonable answer. I like it. Fix bug where answer and context were flipped. Okay. Awesome. So, can we get more of this RPC finished so that I can actually like add something to the trait? Like I would love to like see this work today, right? We can add a new function call, everything gets auto implemented, and life's just nice and happy. So how am I gonna pull that one off? I am not actually sure what the best answer is gonna be. Okay, so what I have in server here, this is the thing that's fine, right? This Axum, so I have something called Axum routable now. But this is the glue that I want to auto generate. Like this. I would like to generate this function, and ideally I would like to do this too, but that's potentially a lot to ask for here. Oh, I also forgot that that's a different syntax than Axum uses. Oh crap. I just forgot. I thought I was using the Axum syntax for routing, but I'm not. Okay. Okay. I don't really know how I want to tie this up nicely on this Axum side. But like that's the side that like really needs to be wrapped up nicely to make this work. I don't want to do my own routing. I do want to lean on their routing, I think. Because I just don't want to deal with it. Yeah, so it uses captures like that. I was hoping that it was gonna let me do it a different way. It definitely doesn't. Can be wrapped in any service for any of the following that have response body mapped. Yeah. So we could do like nesting, right? Just nest a whole route underneath. We already have a fallback API, so I don't really want a fallback API. But I could probably put in like a layer. If you want to add a middleware, this can be used to add additional processing to a request. But I think what it, yeah, let's go to writing middleware. I think one of the things it doesn't do is it can't respond for us, I think. You can write your own middleware implementing tower service. Yep. So a decent template for such middleware might be you make a layer, you implement layer for my layer. Or you just, okay, I'm not sure why you need a my layer, but okay. My middleware has an inner thing, implement service for it. Pull ready. Yeah, I didn't really want to do routing to services middleware with back pressure. That's interesting. Accessing state in custom tower layers. Nice. Creates a middleware from async functions with a given state. It's not really like a middleware that I want, though. Yeah, so I don't really want middleware. Really. I just want to help like start this route. Okay, so I'm defining things in shared. Yeah, so shared is here. Can I put something in shared that does enough of these things? I don't think so, not without actually needing Axum. And I don't want to depend on Axum. So what can I create there that does help me? So is it possible to invert more? Can I like use this definition as the realer one and import that elsewhere? No, not really. And I don't want to depend on the Snake GPT on the front end because that doesn't make sense. Only the server side can do the SQLite database stuff. Yep. So we implement API for Axum Routable. But Axum Routable is just a thing that we make here. It's nothing special. Yeah, I really just want to be able to... But like, I can't write this function without... having Axum. Like, these come from Axum, so I would need to depend on Axum for these. Yeah, the extractors. Like, I would need extractors. But like, it is just a method on its own, right? So like... Okay, am I on a clean Git? CD shared cargo add Axum. Cargo build. Wow. That was fine. Front end doesn't care that it has an Axum dependency. Okay. Like, okay, that's fine. So like, in theory, I can just add the function in my macro to shared and just use it from there. Open let Axum handler methods. Let Axum handler block. Yep, we're gonna quote something. So yeah, just throw them all in there. I feel like that's not right. I think I need another thing after that. Nope, I got it right. Yeah, so like... Do I just need to make these before? Because I'm looping here, so let's just Axum handler methods. Axum handler methods dot push quote. Okay, so what are we quoting? quote in something like this. So let's actually do some stuff here. Let's do like hub mod some handlers. And we'll put this inside of it. Use super. I like that. Use anything that was in the other thing. Awesome. Okay. And then I can just throw this in here. Maxim handler block. Awesome. CD shared. Cargo expand. Oh, yep, that does need to be mutable. Yeah, I know, just like, yeah, there. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Cargo expand worked great. I should eventually somewhere have this new mod that I made that's basically empty, or I think it actually is going to be exactly empty. Oh, there we go. It actually isn't because I just plopped that whole thing down there. I forgot about it, but that's okay. Perfect. Okay, so let's not do that. Oh, I didn't need function name anymore. I got rid of that. That's funny. Yeah, so this is then gonna be like fun name. Let fun name. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so then, yep, we need both of those. Do I have a body attribute thing, right? Body attribute? Yes, we have body attribute. Okay. So then let body extract equals match on body attribute. Fill my match arms. If you have a sum of body, then you do a quote. This has a quote. That one is empty. That one I want to be empty. But this one I want to be something like this. Axum extract JSON. It's an Axum extract JSON of chat request. So this I need to do body.return type. Return type equals body.type clone. I don't even think I need the clone. Very little chance I need the clone. If I don't need the clone though, I might need a reference. Yeah. Cool. Okay, body extract. Body extract. Okay, yep, it equals a response. Yep. This becomes fun name. Body. Yeah, this one's interesting in that I guess I just changed this to body at the moment because what I'm doing. This will only work for the ones that just have the body. Just trying to track down this error quick. Function copy sig inputs. So I might, yeah, 124. I'll just throw one of those in there. Ah, that's why. Yep, 124. Let's just do a .clone here. It's fine. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so let's expand it. Is this the... I think these are my handlers. Yeah, these look like handlers. Yeah. Okay, those look reasonable. Those aren't perfect yet, but they look reasonable. A few things I want to do though here, quick. Axum extract. Axum extract, Axum extract, Axum extract, Axum extract. Axum response. Status code, where do you come from? Axum HTTP status code. And then body, where do you come from? I assume the same spot. Body. Axum body. Cool. Or go build. Will it build? It's a great question. Nice. Oof. Ah, the connections don't exist. Yeah, that makes sense. I knew there had to be something, right? This would have been way too easy if that was just supposed to work. Could I make it generic? Oh, no, nope, that's a trait. I didn't think about that. Yeah, this one's interesting. I do think I'm going to need something towery instead of just trying to build into the Axum router at some point. Like, I don't think this is gonna go great. But it really just is those states. Could I do it differently to not need those? Not well. Not easily. Yeah. And so it's really just one, right? Because like I can just do the other state instead of both of these imparts. That would be fine. But maybe I could make it generic over that. Yeah, that I can probably do. Axum extract state. Yep, pub struct state. It just is anything. Okay, cool. State of key. Yeah, I can't make an Axum routable. We also don't know about Axum routable. This just doesn't work at all. Okay. Yeah. So like, can I do it with traits? I will have something that implements extract. Like, not well, right? Like, it really does feel like the best way to do this is not how I'm doing it, right? Like, I can just make a tower HTTP service. And I think that makes it better. Is there much benefit to making it generic? No. So the problem, making it generic like this doesn't help me at all, no. So the problem I'm having is that I'm writing a macro, and my macro is called from this shared crate. And this shared crate is it is depended on by both server and front end. So both server uses shared and front end uses shared. And so my macro invocation is here. This is where I'm calling the macro and it spits out Rust code. And all the macro can do is spit out Rust code. It's basically like it just takes in the tokens and spits out new tokens. So I have full control over what Rust code I spit out right here. The problem though is that the code I'm actually trying to write in my macro currently lives in the server and knows about the structs that live on the server. Like this method, right? This is the method I'm trying to write. An embedding connection, app connection, Axum routable, all of those structs live on the server. So I don't think I can really write them in shared because they need these state things. The idea with generic was if I could write a generic version of this to put in shared and use that in server with the concrete impulse, I might be able to work. Yeah, so we're kind of in circular dependency land, right? Where I want the macro to run in playground, but if I put the macro, because I could, in theory, right, maybe lift this macro up into server, but then I would need my front end to need to depend on the server, and the server depends on like other command line things. So I don't think we want to do that. What I was kind of trying is a little silly anyways, because now I told shared that it relies on Axum, which is the web server that we're using in server, which is weird, right? That shouldn't really be in shared, but that was my attempt to put something in shared that I could use. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. It's definitely a mess. And like, it might just be that this is a little bit of a failed experiment in getting this really nice, easy thing set up, but I'm gonna keep poking at it for at least a little bit. Give it another at least 30 minutes on stream, and we'll see. I might poke at it again later. So another thing that I can do, but I don't have an exact thought here, is I can't do Axum-y things in shared, but is there some kind of like data I could create in shared that then I could use from server? And like maybe, right? Like if I could spit out a thing that described what my routes look like, right? So maybe it's just a list, right? Let's just say it's a list. It's a list of things that have a route, a method, and then the signature. Like I think I would need the full signature. But I could make that, right? Like, so I guess I should write out by hand what I'm kind of thinking I could maybe write. So like we could make a struct called like serve route data, route info. And this has some stuff. Like it has a route and a method, but it also has like a sig. And like It's like this sign sig. It's a signature, a signed signature. Is it just sign? Is it nested? Sign item signature. Yep. Okay. Um. So like I can do this. This is a little weird that my server would be depending on sign, because that's for macro-y things, but like that feels like the least weird of the things I'm considering. I mean, it doesn't really need to be signed, right? Like I could make a new struct that wasn't exactly signed that has all of the data I need. That wouldn't be crazy, but sign just exists. So let's just use that for the moment. Okay, so like we have this, and then I like want a function that's like get or like all routes or something, all like API routes. Okay. API routes here. No, it doesn't take anything, and it returns a vec of that. Yeah, that's what I want. And then I think what I'm gonna want to do, I think I'm just gonna do this like pretty manually. So it's just gonna be like let mutable routes. I don't like that. I like using macro. Okay, so then I think I just want to do like these are just gonna be manual. There's no looping here. It's just push, and then route info. Yeah, something like this, right? So we're gonna do this one. Sure, that looks reasonable to me. And then the next one. And then just return routes. Oh, without specifying the corresponding impl. Okay, yeah, these are just going to be hard-coded. This is fine. Post, yeah. Another thing that I'd love to do is like have some kind of like enum for routes instead of them just being strings and stuff. But again, like this is all for later. Okay. I think I can generate this from my macro. Oh no. Okay. Phew, got worried. I got worried this wasn't exported somewhere I could get it. Okay, so I could write this, and actually, wait, have I done too much stuff here? What's my diff so far? Yeah, we're trying to do this right now. Okay. So in let's do G checkout macros cargo build. Okay, awesome. I think I'm gonna run into a different problem in a minute. Extracting from, yeah, you just do multiple of them. Can I do extractors without putting them in the function? Yeah. Create your own extractor and it's from request. Oh, do I want a custom extract? No. Maybe. Implementing from request parts. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I do like this though, because I could access other extractors from inside of it. And here I could do that from code. Because like I could loop here, right? And do the from request parts multiple times. Can I just get access to parts in my handler? But it can just be something that implements from request parts. That's pretty fine too. Yeah, so I did make this hard for myself by deciding that I wanted to be able to do HTTP style routes with substitution. Because that means each of my methods have a variable number of arguments, which just means I have to be in macro land because of the variable number of arguments. If they all had the same number of arguments, I could get away with things a lot better, but since they don't, and I like that interface, but again, like, right, it's being a pain, so maybe I'll go back and rethink it. But the fact that these interfaces are all different is gonna be a pain. But it's so nice to use. Yeah, like I'm gonna need a macro to do the two different calls. So even if I write a route info and this API routes thing, like I can consume this from server. I can like go up to server and up here I can do let API routes equals all routes. Except I'm gonna need to public that. Sure. Fix it. That's fair. I didn't even think about that. These are just... Wow, and then I can just inline this. This doesn't even need to exist. This looks disgusting. I really was hoping that it was going to make this look a little better for me. Yeah, Pando does seem to get hungry rather quickly. That's probably some setting that I can mess with. I think I need to mess with the how often people are chatting thing. Like, you know, don't talk if no one's chatting stuff. But thank you for getting him fed and drink. Thank you, Backward Spy. Just need to get some hydration in there. Okay, so we have API routes, but this isn't gonna help me because in server, did I call it API routes? Did I call it all routes? What did I call it? API routes. Yep. Okay, so like we've got our thing, and like, what does route take? Is it mutable? Is it just take the thing? Yeah. Okay, so I should just be able to do this, and then like let app equals app dot. So then we do our routes in the middle, right? So then like, maybe I just make it mutable. I think I'll just make it mutable for the moment. So this could just be app equals app. Yeah. So then like we do for r in API routes. Something like this, right? I would have to add this handle manually, but that's okay. Path. Yeah. So it's route. And then like this is the hard part. Well, like the get versus post, like I can figure out which wrapper to do, I guess, right? Like let wrapper equals match r dot method And then we like do some of these. Well, yeah, it's like a get goes to get, post goes to post. Anything else goes to that. Perfect. And then this can probably just be something like we call wrapper. Something like this. Awesome, Backward Spy. Have a good dinner. We'll see you in a bit, assuming we're still streaming. And if not, I will see you around the Discord and everything eventually. Have a good one. Okay. I wish I could just call handler on it. That would be beautiful if this just had a handler method. And it just did. But it's not going to be able to have a handler method. That just doesn't make sense. Okay. So I have this async move. We can do something inside of it. So I can probably just do like a JSON of like 1. Like that should just be a valid thing to do, right? Yep. Okay. Is this going to compile? It seems like it's gonna. Wow. Okay, so if this works, I don't want to route those anymore because I want these to be routed via this. It's always just going to return the integer 1, but like, hey, if it works, it works. It doesn't look like it's gonna. No method into make service. Why is that though? I've seen that before. And I don't remember why there's no into make service. Why is there no into make service? Is it because there's no routing? No. Wait, that fixes it. Oh, because this gives it a new type. Yeah, okay. How about that? Yeah, because I need this to be router, not whatever this is. Cool, that makes sense. Okay, awesome. Okay. Very broken. What is up? Wow, everything's broken. Whoa, what is up? Something's very upset with me. Oh, okay. Does shared still think it needs Axum? Let's get rid of that. I have a feeling that's related to it not being able to compile, because that was pretty silly. Yeah, it's not surprising to me, I guess, that we can't compile Axum down to Wasm, because I think that's what I was basically trying to do with that circular dependency. Not circular, but like weird. Okay. Okay. Now, is this just going to respond with one? It just fails. That's fine though. I'll accept that. 403 method not allowed. Oh, interesting. That's weird though, because I feel like that should work. Oops. Uh-oh. I think I messed that up. Okay. Cool. What is going on with you, Byte/Pando? Like, that was very delayed. Okay though. Whatever. I would like to figure out why this is erroring. Oh, it's that. Yeah, I forgot. I know why it's erroring. It's the any method. Axum any method. Get. I did not know you could do that. Oh, that's nifty. Do I need one though? Like, can I not do one of the getty things? Method router will commonly be a handler for more details on handlers. Okay, yeah, where does like get live? Doesn't tell me where get lives. Fun. I just want to know where. Yeah, like where does the method get live? That one. Method routing. Any. Where's the oh, not in front end. Server. Any. Oh, cool. Recompiled. Okay. Failing on method not allowed still. I've seen this before and it was something weird, but I don't remember. Oh, this is when it's doing the fallback. Yeah, this is one that just isn't routing. Okay. Oh, yeah, my routes are wrong. At least some of my routes are wrong. Because my routes are in the wrong format. I forgot I was gonna have to deal with this. They're not in the Axum, the format that Axum's expecting. Because this is like that. But this one doesn't have that, so this one should work. Because these don't have this in them. Ugh. Just lots of little annoying things. Like this one's actually gonna be weird because like I don't have the API. That one's weird. We're gonna see about that one. We might change up how I define those. Did it like just nothing? Just completely failed weirdly? Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to do, is add debug here. Sure, I don't need any of those. Actually, all I want is debug and clone. Oh, cool. Yeah, I couldn't do most of those. Okay. Haha. Chat. Did you return what I wanted you to return? Yes, you did. Awesome. Okay. Is that the signature? Probably, right? Yep, route info. Okay, cool. I also think that route info here means that this any all thing can be flipped around. I keep going to the wrong spot there. This can be wrapper. for those because the issue was the API, not the anything else. So this should mean that I should still be able to do that. The first one works, and now these all fail. Perfect. Okay. We're a little closer. Except not really, because I have to write the actual freaking body in here, and I can't write this body without a macro. Oh my gosh, could I make it a const function that I could call? Can you call a const function from a macro context? Const function. Oh no, because I'm not returning an actual value, I'm returning a type. Yeah, so that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I can't do that. Oof, this one's tricky. I'm not sure if this is actually gonna work well with letting Axum do the routing. I think if I want Axum to do the routing, I'm gonna have to write at least a tiny bit of glue myself, I think. Or find a way for two macros to share state. Like one macro creates state, the other macro operates on it. Which is honestly what I'm trying-ish to, which is kind of what I'm trying to do with my routes, but it's not a macro, and I think it might need to be a macro. Yeah, so now I just need the logic. Like, all I need to do now is just add the logic. So one thing is we can extract these states here pretty easily. Yep, and then we can like make our RPC thingy pretty easily. Awesome. Okay, now what? Like I can have my RPC. And my RPC has methods, so like I can call get conversation and start chat. But like I guess I can just like this is not having them do the routing, this is me doing the routing, but it's the best I've got, I guess. Like I can probably get the path out of here. Axum extract, like full path, Axum handler path. What if I want the full path, not path segment? You can use. Oh, that's the answer. Wait, can I just use one of these? Does that help my problem? Maybe. Maybe. Because I can add a params map here. And so then can I just do RPC dot, like, can I call, like, again, this is doing everything. This is doing things manually. This is basically doing routing manually. Yeah, so that might fix the pathy things. Now I have a single pathy thing. Like from params and route or something? Path segments. But what if I just want the full path? I don't even want to like extract it really. I just would like the path. I don't think this is gonna have too much for me. Can I just get the URI out of this? Like, oh, okay. Oh. Cool. Cool. Let's see what that does. I know, but like the chat, this one should have gone through and it gave me the route. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So like rpc.call. Yeah, so like I could do something like this, right? Axiom Routable doesn't have a call, but it could. See, the thing though here is that I'm not actually doing anything exciting. And I want, like, so I'm doing a similar thing, but it's the opposite direction, I think. So I am able to do this here, where there's just one client transport. So like I could write receive request, right? That has method route body. That matches on the method and route. And then does the thing with the body. Like I think if I do that, that is gonna get me somewhere close. But I think I might need to rethink this. I think I'm gonna wrap up for the day here relatively shortly, and we'll maybe think about this next time. It says builds. It even runs, it just doesn't do the right thing. Oh, well, that doesn't run. Thank you for the treat for bite there, J Lafayette. Let's write, this is not right, that got stuck here. Yeah, so like I think the tension is that I want Axiom to do the routing, but that makes it hard, especially with my variable number of parameters. So I'm gonna need to like collapse over some of those things, which just might mean my macro's gonna have to do more stuff, which isn't crazy, but it also does feel like I'm gonna want that enum for routes sooner rather than later. So yeah. Hey, Opus Bopus, how is it going? Thanks for stopping by. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna wrap up here in just a few minutes for the day, but thank you for stopping by. We were working on some Rust again today. We were trying to get some like remote procedure call kind of stuff working, but I had a really like a pretty strict idea. I didn't want to do any of the standard RPC, like, you know, the remote procedure call stuff that exists. And I wanted to try to just use JSON HTTP. So I was trying to hook up Axiom with some macros and try to get stuff to work. And the front end side is looking really good. So let's take a gander at everything as we wrap up today. So we have this shared trait, which is like basically the API that I'm talking over. I think these constants aren't used anymore. So we have this trait. This is the thing that we kind of want to share. So we want to be able to like call start chat and have it be routed to this route with a post, and then this with a get, and then on the front end side we have this macro that's going to implement it for. This is not going to be very easy to read. We got a macro that's going to implement that for everything. Here, let's actually look at this in shared playground. So we've got this blanket impl right here. Here, where is it? Where's the blanket impl? There. Nope, that's not it. Oh, the blanket impl is in the macro now? Yeah, it's in the macro now. That's why I was going to expand it. Duh. J Lafayette says, sometimes in these situations I should copy paste the code with slight modifications just to get it working. And yeah, amazing, and then other stuff. Always have amazing timing, been sleepy of the pain medicine the hospital gave me, but good job learning how to write macros. That's something I haven't even attempted yet. Yeah, so the pasting the code with slight modifications to get it working is definitely what I've, like, I definitely like that, right? That's kind of similar to how I've been trying to do some of this macro, is write it manually the first time and then work on the macro to write it automatically for me. And I very much liked that. But I was doing my little walk through here, so what I wanted to show was this. Okay, so how this works is that the macro gets this blanket impl that says, as long as you implement the client transport trait, I can implement all of these methods for you auto macro-y. So like this get conversation on the front end just gets the route and method, builds the route up, and then sends request and parses the response. So now I can just use get conversation on the front end, and this was all auto-generated for me. And so that means that if I add a method to the trait, it's just automatically available in my client, which I really like. And what I'm working on is getting the same automaticness in the back end with Axum. And I wanted to use Axum's routing instead of like just a tower HTTP service that did routing myself. But I'm thinking that was the wrong decision. I think I'm going to want to do an Axum HTTP service or something like that, and handle routing myself. I don't know. I think I can go both ways. Like, if I keep pushing on the using Axum's routing, I'm going to need more stuff in the macro. Like, I'm probably going to need it to generate an enum of all the possible routes, but I kind of like having an enum of all the possible routes. That just seems nice in general anyways. So, like, maybe I want to go that direction. I don't know. We're still experimenting on this today. Opus Bopus says, learning derived records is a little annoying just because of the lack of documentation on how to do basic things. I was able to figure things out pretty quickly by just poking at the API, but I knew the lingo beforehand as well, like lit variants and stuff. Yeah, it does help to have a good, like, language of Rust stuff, right? Like, variant, yeah, all of those stuff, right? It definitely helps to have that language. I like macros. I think they're a lot of fun, right? And they unlock a lot of cool potential. I think like actually using them is a bit hard, just tedious, right? Because like when as a panic that happens inside my macro, I don't get line numbers on, and then to wrap it in the proc macro 2 stuff so I can use it outside and test it is annoying. So I didn't do all that stuff for this one. I just have my one macro and I'm just panicking and dealing with the hard to debugness of it. But I have another project, Open API Gen, that I was working on a few months back that does the macro a bit more correctly. And that's just a lot of work. Like here, let's take a look quick. It needs like 3 different crates. It's just a lot more stuff. So I need like a core. Core's like the thing that actually does all the logic. It depends on proc macro 2, sign in quote. And then this thing can have tests. But then the actual macro lives in the macro directory. but this just wraps the other thing. So like this is the way to do it apparently to get testing working nicely, is like having your crates wrap other crates. And this was working, but like, I don't know, it was just a lot. I didn't feel like doing it for this project, so we went a little simpler. Not as easy to use though either. So I don't know, if this becomes a published macro, I'll definitely clean it up and everything eventually. But I don't know, I have mixed feelings about macros in Rust. They're very, very nifty, but of course they have limitations and stuff. But I can't do all of the fun things I want to do without them, so I have to try at least a little bit. Okay, and with that, I think we are gonna wrap up here. I think I need to do some more brainstorming on this before I come back and try to do some coding. But we got in a good stream today. So yeah, I think we will wrap up. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And let's see what is up next. So on Wednesday, we'll be back and doing another stream, probably on my personal site and blog. Those have been at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then next week, so actually next Sunday, I'm going to be off because next Saturday, we're going to do our community tournament number 2 for Battlesnake. Here, let me pull up the docs for that. If you are a Battlesnake competitor, you should definitely check out this upcoming tournament we have next Saturday, May 6th. And we're doing a second chance tournament on the 13th. So I will be live streaming these starting at 12 noon Eastern time. And so that'll be in for a good time. You can check it out at docs.battlesnake.com and look for the upcoming tournaments link if you want more info. So we will be back with this next week, and Wednesday we're doing my personal site. And yeah, so I think we will wrap up here, but I'm trying to do better about this, and I remembered today, so let's go find someone to raid. Back to Twitch. And let's see who is online. Any of our... Anyone doing some Rust that looks good to jump in on? Doing some Rust Neovim, some Bevy. Bevy's always fun. Oh, but France, unfortunately, I think we're gonna go with this one for the English Rust then. Daily Code X. Let's do that. Raid. There we go. There we go. We'll take a quick preview. Yeah, they're doing some good rest. And yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in, and let's go give Daily Code X a little raid, and I hope to see everyone on Wednesday or around the internet otherwise. Thanks, team. I'll be back soon. Talk to you later.